You don't need a speaker. Your phone's real volume is locked. I'm about to show you a secret that the Android industry had some video footage. In the last 4 hours, we've seen double earthquakes hit Indonesia with a 7.7 and a 6.9, and now in the last 24 hours, we've seen double earthquakes hit Indonesia with a 7.7 and a 6.9. And now expert predictors are warning the United States, California, of a major earthquake that is likely going to be on the way here very soon. And this year, we have seen a ton of major earthquakes. Let's take a look at the latest headlines, though, so that way you can see it for yourself. Earthquake predictor who warned of the deadly Columbia tremor issues a dire California forecast. You can see this coming out August 12th, 3 days ago. And you can see here, California earthquake swarm strikes a dangerous fault, scientists say, is overdue for a major quake. We've heard there's been a swarm of over 27 earthquakes that have hit the west coast of the United States. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned to you, in the last 24 hours, a second earthquake has hit Indonesia following a powerful magnitude 7.7 earthquake. Tsunami warnings were issued after the massive magnitude 7.7 earthquake rocked Indonesia along the Pacific Ring of Fire. Again, in the last 24 hours, you can see the magnitude 7.7 earthquake was followed by at least 10 aftershocks in a region with a long history of powerful earthquakes. And you can see a strong 6.9 earthquake hit North Sumatra, Indonesia, Saturday, August 15th, 2026 today. And this comes as we have seen, take a look here, just recently, August 15th, a 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck Colombia. Also, you'll recall we saw a 7.8 hit the Philippines. Venezuela got hit with double earthquakes as well in the sevens, August 10th, exposing failure and buildings collapsing. A 7.4, you'll recall, also hit Japan, triggering tsunami warnings. A 7.5 hit Tonga in the latest of the 2026 massive earthquakes that have hit. And take a look here, powerful earthquakes in Indonesia, Colombia, Venezuela. We're seeing in Japan, the Philippines. Is the Ring of Fire waking up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Seems like there have been a lot of massive earthquakes that have been hitting lately. What do you think is causing this? Let me know your thoughts. I've been getting a lot of DMs from people saying, Steve, this is a sign from God. If you think it's from God, put a 1 in the comments. Some people have been saying, no, these are natural causes of the earth. There's nothing out of the ordinary. If you think so, put a 2. I've had some people say, this is the sun. We've heard experts that are now revealing in the past year that there are coronal mass ejections, solar flares that are being emitted by the sun that are causing tectonic activity, plates, volcanoes to move around on Earth. If you think it's the sun, put 3. And I've heard some people, and I actually just saw it in the comments right now, some people are saying, Steve, this is weather manipulation, this is man, this is HAARP, this is underground nuclear testing going wrong. If you think it's man, put a 4. So again, if you think it's God, put 1. If you think that this is the earth, put 2. If you think this is the sun, put 3. If you think this is man, put 4. Drop it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. But I'm going to be diving into the latest video footage, the articles, the latest details, as we're hearing a 7.7 and a 6.9 have hit Indonesia in the last 24 hours. And we have been seeing major earthquakes trembling all across the earth this year. And we're also hearing that there are expert warnings that are coming out for the United States of America, specifically California, warning a big one could be on the way here very soon. So I'm going to dive right in. I'm going to get you caught up with the latest so that way you can see it for you.
So we going to hit 1 because we definitely know it's Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. So let's grab this. This is 2nd Ezra's 9 and 1. And it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest Yahweh will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High Yahweh spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. You see, and this is what we see right here happening is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, continually, bringing destruction upon this place, man. It's warning after warning, signs after signs, as it says the next verse. It says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonderful and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. Yeah, because that's what the Lord is constantly giving you, a sign, a warning, all right, that this place is about to be destroyed. You see, the more we see uproars of the people, the more we continue to see earthquakes in diverse places, right? It just shows you that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is visiting this earth, okay? Major destruction is about to be brought, okay, upon this place. This is, let me grab this. This is Matthew. It's lucky. This is Matthew 24:7, and it says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and in earthquakes in diverse places. Yeah, you're seeing earthquakes actually happen, all right, in places that don't even ever have earthquakes. You see, and a lot of it of what he said is kind of also true too. You have Esau that's doing underground nuclear testing. He's out there blowing shit up on the ground because he's building these underground tunnels. He got these underground cities. Okay. You also have the earth itself that is basically mourning, because this devil doesn't ever give the land a Sabbath. So it's constantly being worked on. You see, he's out drilling out all these different types of oil refineries, right? Making oil come out the ground, right? Is basically, it's basically Esau destroying the earth, man. You see, this is why everything is all out of course. This is why things like this is happening. And on top of that, they also said it's it's HAARP, going into weather manipulation and all these things, all four things that he said, all right, have somewhat a play in what's going on. But first and foremost, it all comes from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because the Lord is what allows these things, right? The Lord is what allows Esau to do nuclear testing on the ground. The Lord is what allows Esau to destroy the earth and constantly take out oil from the ground, right? The Lord is what puts the spirit on Esau to make these, HAARP stations and weather manipulation. So it's all from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai at the end of the day, man. Can't wait to see the downfall. Yeah, we can't, because that's what it is. It's all pretty much, and Shalom, brother Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. That's pretty much what it is, man. It's just literally, it's literally the warning after warning of the downfall of this place, of the earth itself completely. See, the earth itself is not going to be destroyed, right? Because scriptures tell you in Ecclesiastes 1:3, right? One generation passeth, another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. All right. But the Lord said, when you see these things come to pass, right, know that I'm visiting the earth. You see? And when these things also continue to come to pass, it shows you that a prophet is among you, because we're telling you over and over and over again what it represents, what it means. We're telling you that these things are going to happen before they actually happen. You see? So what you see right now is the birth pangs of this place, man. See, now it's having double contractions, right? As the Lord says in 2nd Ezra, the night, let me grab this while I got it right here in front of me. This is 21:11 in Luke, and it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. You see, these are the great signs from heaven. On top of you seeing these mysterious things happening in the sky, and these chariots showing themselves left and right. You see, that's all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, showing, all right, showing us, the elect, that he's about to be on his way, that he's about to come and save this place, man. So, I mean, save us from this place. You see, hey, Shalom, Malak, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. All right, so let me grab real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 16. right? And 37, and it reads, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son within 2 or 3 hours of her great birth." Salakia, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains come past her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. You see, so it's being referred to metaphorically as a woman that's in a pregnancy, and a woman that's in pregnancy, right? She constantly gets birth pangs, and then she starts to get stronger contractions as she's about to blow, as she's about to deliver that baby. You see, so now what you're seeing is you're no longer seeing earthquakes uh every month. Now you're seeing earthquakes every week. Now you're no longer seeing earthquakes every week, but you're seeing them every day. Now you're seeing no more earthquakes every day, but now you're hearing about them every couple hours. Now this guy was just talking about double earthquakes in Venezuela, double earthquakes in Indonesia. You see, that's like contractions hitting contractions, man. So that's how you know we were at the end of this thing, man, that it's about to be over out here. You see, we're in the midst of World War III, right? We're in the midst of the MOTB, which is the RFID, the Neuralink, right? The chip is about to come out and be made mandatory to the world, and the NWO is about to roll out. You see, you have Jacob's Trouble that's about to come out of left field, all right, when everybody least expects it. So that the birth pangs that you continue to see, all right, is showing you that the Lord is about to bring straight destruction upon this place, great destruction upon this place, right? Let's jump up real quick. 16 and starting it from 18, right? 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning. See, this is not even a scratch on the surface. This is about to be the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of famine, the beginning of great mournings, the great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? You see? And the Lord visits with earthquakes, man. The Lord opens up the mouth of the ground, of the earth, and swallow people up, all right, with earthquakes, man. That's nothing new under the sun. The Lord was doing that in the ancient times. The Lord doing that now. You see? And now you're going to see the greatest earthquakes ever, you know? So, the Lord's going to continue to, hey, yo, if you want to even get spiritual, it's like the Lord knocking on the earth, like banging on the earth, man, every time there's an earthquake. You see? Constantly getting the attention of the people here in Babylon the Great. You see, letting you know what's about to happen. All right. As a matter of fact, this is 10. 2nd Ezra 16 and 10. It says, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? You see? Yeah. You see all types of different types of weather patterns happening all the time. Heavy lightning, heavy thunder. You see, that's all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. The Lord speaks, all right, through those lightnings and thunders. Let's grab that real quick. That's in Job. I think it's 38, somewhere around there. Let me see. Real quick. Hold on, let me grab it from the interlinear. This is Job lightnings. No, that's not one. Thunder. Let's put thunder. That's in Job. There you go. This is Job. Which one is it? Is it 38? 1 second. Hold on. I think I passed right by it. Hold on. Hold on. Salakia. Thunders. There you go. This is Job 37, not 38. This is Job 37 and 1. It says, at this also my heart trembleth and is moved out of his place. Hear attentively the noise of his voice and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. He directeth it under the whole heaven and is lightning unto the ends of the earth. After it a voice roareth, he thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. Yahweh thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things does he, which we cannot comprehend. For he saith to the snow, be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. He sealeth up the hand of every man, and all men may know his work. You see? So when you hear these thunders and these lightnings, all right, these storms that are are constantly happening, that's all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. He has his way with the storm and the tempest, as the scriptures say, That's the Lord communicating, through nature, basically, with us, all right, of the things, big ass fucking moth, of the things to come. All right. And here it is that there's constant signs going out. All right. As we just read in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, right? That hold on, I gotta turn this off. So constantly giving you signs, right? To let you know what time we're in, and people still continually keep doing wickedness, man. And people, as a matter of fact, going back to 2nd Ezra's 16 and verse 20, it says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Yeah. So you got famine, plagues, tribulation, anguish that are sent as scourges for amendment. But see, with all these things happening, these people still not going to take heed to the word. They're still not going to believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is coming, man. You see? That's why the scriptures say they are ignorant, man. Right? In 2 Peter's, let's grab that real quick. 2 Peter's 3 and 6. 5. Let's take it from 4. It says, and let's take it from 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where's the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they are willingly ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. Yeah. You see? So that same word, all right, in the times of Noah, is the same word that's pretty much being spoken today, even stronger than ever did. And they still don't take heed to the word, man. And they're going to end up just like in the times of Noah, when Noah was prophesying for 120 years until that first drop of rain came, and then people wanted to start to listen. Then people wanted to try to find the Lord, man. But the doors of mercy were shut. You see, when Noah shut them doors, it was really Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that shut them doors clean shut. You see, sealed them shut so no one could get in. So Noah wouldn't have a change of heart all of a sudden. You see, and that's how it's going to be in these last days, man. Spiritually, the doors of the ark are about to close. All right. And if you didn't get in while you could, then there's going to be no way for you to slip in. You see, you were supposed to turn to the Lord early, man. You were supposed to seek the Lord while he may be found. So once them doors of mercy get closed, you see, these people they're going to be just like in those times, banging on the door. Let me in. you know. But the Lord gonna say, I never knew you. So they're never gonna make it in there. Right? Let's grab this. This is Isaiah 55, and let's grab it from 8, and it says, as a matter of fact, let's grab it from 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord Yahushua, and he will have mercy upon them, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. See, the Lord, if you just turn back to the Heavenly Father in sincerity and the truth, man, the Lord gonna abundantly pardon, man. He gonna look past us, man, past our iniquities, past our, our sins. He gonna blot out our transgressions, man. You see? But our people don't want that. They want their sins to be remembered. So that's why the Lord gonna destroy them. It says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord Yahushua. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain come down and the snow from heaven, and return not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. You see? So the word of the Lord, all right, is going to be made faithful and true as it always has been. Everything that's written in these scriptures is going to come to pass, man. Right? Not a jot or tittle. Let's grab that. Matthew 5 and where's that at? 5 and actually, is it 5 or it might be 6? Now this is 17, 5 and 17, 18. It says, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. You see? So every single thing that's written in these scriptures is going to be fulfilled. All right. And if the Lord said destruction is coming, well, that has to be fulfilled, man. Okay. But these people on that time thinking that these things are far off, thinking that these things are not going to happen. All right. Let's grab that. This is Ezekiel 12 and 22. Son of man, 21. And the word of the Lord Yahushua came unto me, saying, son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahushua, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, which that's a 2/3 proverb at the end of the day, because only the 2/3 don't believe that the Lord is coming back. You see? It says, the day, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord Yahushua, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. And that word that's being spoken is through the mouth of the prophets. So with the mouth, so whatever the prophets say, that's going to happen is what's going to happen, because it's the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. It's the spirit of prophecy. It's the words directly from Yahushua's mouth. You see? It says, for I am the Lord Yahushua, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord Yahweh. Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh of Yahushua came to me, saying, son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You see? The word of the Lord that has been spoken shall be done. You see? So there's no turning it back, man. Right? The counsel of the Lord shall stand. There's no way you can erase it. There's no way that you can try to dip and dodge it. All right? We're all part of it. Okay? And you're either going to be saved or you're going to be doomed out here. You see? And the majority of the people going to be doomed. Only a small remnant, only, 1/3 of the people, all right, of our people, 33.3% are going to take heed of the word and going to be saved, man. They're going to be tried as gold in the fire, all right? But nonetheless, they're going to pass. You see, because the Lord going to help them endure through that. But the rest of these people going to have to be swallowed up, in death by pain. You're going to have to die out here through famine. You're going to have to die out here through the sword, dying in these catastrophic moments, catastrophes of earthquakes and shit, tsunamis. Now they talking about California is in danger for an earthquake. And see, it's all in these spots right now. It's major places where major plates are, those earthquake plates that constantly shift. That's all part of the birth pangs, man. And the one that's making them shift the most is Esau, man, because he's destroying the earth over and over and over and over again. So the earth itself is mourning. That's why the earth itself can't wait for Esau to be taken out the way, man. Because they're gonna come. The earth is gonna, is gonna flourish, right? The trees are gonna continue. They're gonna sing in joy, The streams are gonna be flowing beautifully when Esau is taken out of the way. All right. As a matter of fact, let's grab that. This is Revelations 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto the servants thy prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and should destroy them which destroy the earth. Yeah, see, that's why judgment is about to come, because the Lord is about to destroy those that destroy the earth. You see, the wrath of the Lord is upon all these heathens, but it's going to come upon 2/3 of his people first, because you're the Lord's chosen people and you chose not to represent Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in the correct manner. You see, they were partakers of the vanity of this world. They were partakers of the mirth, partakers of all the wickedness that has been pushed out by Esau. You done helped Esau push it out here. You see? So everything here is pretty much, it's on his last limb shaking. That's why we know that all hell's about to break loose any given day. And it's going to be a great domino effect when it does. It's not going to be some one thing happening here, and then later another. Nah, man, these things are going to be simultaneously happen together, one after another. Men's hearts failing them for fear for the things that are coming upon the earth. You see, there's going to be no stop. It's going to be all gas, no brakes when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai finally brings total judgment to this place. You see? So, hey, call Haloim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for continually, bringing this place down, and we see the signs. We have the eyesight to see it. So we can't take our eyes off the prize. We can't take, we can't stop now. We have to continue to keep pushing, finish the course, finish the job that was given to you so you can receive that crown. All right, because, hey, man, by the looks of it, man, we about to really be delivered out of here, man. You see? You have to look up, for our redemption draweth nigh. Okay? So I'm going to pretty much leave it there through the spirit. Lord willing that you were edified. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Haloim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the good fight of faith, enduring as good soldiers of Yahushua. You just continue to learn in silence, watching the true men of the Lord. And continue to pray that we get up out of here, all right, ASAP, with a speedy riddance, you know, that the Lord destroys this place with a great destruction that it deserves. A Bible ball soon. Shalom.